Hi, welcome to Revision on Fats. For this topic, we'll be looking at the elements that make up fat, the different types of fatty acids, as well as the function of fats. But first, let us look at the elements. If you remember the topic carbohydrate, you will notice that fats and carbohydrates are made up of the same three elements, and they are carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. The simplest unit for carbohydrate is glucose. However, the simplest unit for fats are triglycerides. A triglyceride molecule is made up of 1 unit of glycerol and 3 units of fatty acids. The fatty acids in a triglyceride can be 3 different types of fatty acids, or it can all be the same. There are 3 different types of fatty acids, and they are monounsaturated, polyunsaturated, as well as saturated fatty acids. We will talk more about this later on. But first, let us look at the importance of fatty acids in fat. Fatty acids are important because they determine the flavor, the softness, hardness, as well as the state of fat. We usually refer to fat as fats that are solid at room temperature and oil as liquid at room temperature. Fats are normally solid at room temperature because they contain low proportion of unsaturated fatty acids, meaning they contain more of saturated fatty acids. Oil, on the other hand, contains high proportion of unsaturated fatty acids, or we can also say that oil contains low concentration of saturated fatty acids. Unsaturated fatty acids usually have lower melting point, whereas saturated fatty acids usually have higher melting point. Saturated fatty acids, we call them saturated because if you look at the diagram on the slide, they are very stable. It's very saturated, and you cannot put in any more hydrogen in the hydrocarbon chain. They are very stable, therefore they are less reactive. Okay, so it's not possible for you to put in any more hydrogen atom in the hydrocarbon chain. Saturated fatty acids can be found mainly in animal products, for example, milk, cheese, butter. Can also be found on visible fat on meat, skin on poultry. We can also find saturated fatty acids in plant products, for example, coconut oil as well as palm oil. Mono and unsaturated fatty acids, on the other hand, is not as stable as saturated fatty acids. If we look at the diagram, it has 1 point of unsaturation, or what we can call as 1 double bond. Therefore, it can combine with another pair of hydrogen atoms, meaning we can put in 2 more hydrogens to be combined with the carbon in the hydrocarbon chain. Polyunsaturated fatty acids, as the name mentioned, poly means many. Right? It has more than 1 double bond, that means more than one point of unsaturation. It can combine with 2 or more pairs of hydrogen atoms. So if you compare amongst the 3, saturated fatty acids are the most stable, followed by monounsaturated fatty acids, and the least stable would be polyunsaturated. Unsaturated fatty acids can be found in plant products, for example, olive oil, corn oil, sunflower oil, margarine, fish oil. There are many functions for fat. The basic function would be long-term energy reserve. As you remember, glycogen is the short-term energy reserve for our body. So therefore, fat is the long-term energy reserve. It can be kept under our skin for our body to use when the need arises. Fat also acts as insulator to keep our body warm. It is a concentrated source of energy. 1 gram of fat will give you 9 kilocalories of energy as compared to carbohydrate and protein, which will only give you 4 kilocalories. Fat is also essential because it protects vital organs in the body from shock and injury. Fat is also a good source of fat-soluble vitamins. It is a component of your cell membranes, as well as it supplies essential fatty acids. And lastly, it has high satiety value, meaning it can keep you full for a longer period of time, because fat takes a longer time for the body to digest. Alright, so that's it for the topic fat. I hope the information given has helped you to understand the topic better. Thank you.